Hey guys, Jenny here, and today I wanted to talk about one of my favorite QoR products, the Chroma set. So before we get any further, I just want to let y'all know that I'm part of Golden's Working Artist program, and Golden is the parent company of QoR, and so this isn't so much a review as it is an overview. And I'm not being paid to make this video, I'm just talking about the Chroma set because I really like it, and I think you'll like it too. So before we get into the specifics of this set, I'd just like to make a case for purchasing paint and sets just in general. So if you're first starting out, you don't know what to buy, like usually everyone makes like a beginner set. That is a way to get a lot of paint for a good value. You know, it's all packaged together, and a lot of times I'll package them in these smaller quantities, so this gives you a way to experience certain pigments without having to make a big commitment when you're buying full big tubes. And then when you're rebuying colors, you can buy in the fuller sizes because you have a better idea of what you like to use and what maybe you're not using as much. The Chroma set is a great addition to a more basic set. This was kind of the second kind of group of colors that I bought. And I bought it because, I don't know, I bought it a long time ago. It was packaged differently back when I bought it. But I got it because I probably had some money burning a hole in my pocket, and I was just like, these colors look neat. I need some bonus colors. And so I bought it for that reason, not realizing that actually a lot of these colors are actually really practical for your color palette, even if you're not painting in these really bright hues. So yes, I like it. We're gonna get into it, starting with the package.
It wouldn't be a proper review if we didn't talk about the packaging. So on the front, you'll see this paper sleeve, and it's got the beautiful photography showing off all of the cool colors inside of it. And then on the back, we have them all written out, so that way you know what you're buying in the store. So we slide the sleeve off, and it reveals the super cool like pattern, that halftone pattern. And then inside, we've got a little pamphlet that shows all of the QoR lines, so you can see if you're digging these colors, what other colors that they have for you to choose from. And then we've got 6 5-milliliter tubes, and on that side you can use the top of the tin as a palette, and it's got all those little circle mixing wells. So right here I'm showing you the difference in the 5-milliliter tube and the standard 11-milliliter tube that you would see in the store when you're buying the colors individually. So this works if one of these colors aren't necessarily ones that, you know, really work in your palette. You got to try them out in a smaller quantity. Makes more sense. It's a little bit more economical. Now I'm preparing to swatch, and swatching is just kind of hard. Like, you're thinking, oh, Jenny, you do portraiture, like that's harder. And it's like, I mean, I guess it is, but getting perfectly even, like perfect square gradient swatches was surprisingly challenging. It actually took me 2 tries. All right, so we're gonna start with quinacridone magenta. Oh my God, I misspelled it. No one look. Oh man, I was like, I'm sure I made a spelling error. Okay, anyways, let's not taint the quinacridone magenta because it's a fantastic color. So the cool thing about quinacridone magenta is that you can get a really stunning array of purples when you're mixing it with blues, but then you can also get a lot of warm shades from it, and it gets really clean mixes when you're going warm, which is surprising because it appears to be a cool color. But I'll show you here in a bit with the transparent pyrrole orange how you can get a pretty nice primary red. So I do cut the footage here because I'm like, oh my God, how do I swatch this and get a perfect gradient? And so I actually do that off camera and end up getting a backwash. So the challenge of doing stuff like this is what is the paint and what is user error, and with me, it's usually user error. Okay, transparent pyrrole orange. This is probably my most used color in this set, and I'm so thankful I bought this set because it's a color, it's like orange. I can mix that, red and yellow, right? But of course you can't because it's a single pigment. And it's just so vivid. It's so juicy. It is a staple of my skin tone that I use. It is fantastic. Like, seriously, I could not go without this color. It's just I can't even express it to you guys. But seriously, this is probably, maybe besides ultramarine blue, probably my most purchased color. And actually, transparent pyro orange with ultramarine blue, you get really fantastic neutrals. So yes, get this color. If you're not getting this set, just get transparent pyro orange on its own. The next one is quinacridone gold. So this color has a really stunning range. You can get these really dark orangey kind of colors, but then as it kind of thins out, you get these nice, soft, buttery, warm yellows to it. And I'm pretty I don't know, I don't have any strong opinions about yellows in my palette, but after doing the painting you're about to see, I found myself really enjoying quinacridone gold, and it'll probably be more used in my palette. So right now I'm doing green gold, which I love because it is this obnoxious green color, and of course I love everything that's obnoxious. Now this one's interesting because you're thinking, well, the more paint I use, the brighter it should look. But this one actually really sings as it's been thinned out. So you can see right here, as we're thinning it out, we're getting these really just kind of electric looking shades of green gold. This one I love for doing greenery. I'll put down that green gold first to get this bright color, and then I'll shade with other darker shades of green. Okay, cobalt teal. This is another color. I was like, I'm not that into turquoise. I don't know if I'll ever use it. But it's got the coolest textural effects, and I've ended up incorporating it into these high chroma background shadows. And it's such a cool color to mix with because it does all sorts of funky things. This color is so neat. I'm going to say that all the colors are fantastic. That's why this is my favorite set. This has probably got the most colors that I could just geek out about for the longest amount of time. And last we got dioxazine purple, and I love it too, right? My favorite is actually quinacridone purple. Dioxazine purple is great if you are looking for a super vivid, really standard purple. My personal taste is for a warmer one, which is why I always go for quin violet. But this is the purpliest purple. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if that makes any sense. How many times can I say purple? All right, so there are my little swatches of the 6 colors in this set. I did this color wheel exercise because I wanted to show you the range of colors you can get from just this high chroma set. So specifically, I wanted to point out the kind of your standard fire truck red that you can get when you mix the quin magenta and the pyro orange. So don't let that kind of purpliness in the magenta fool you. You can still get a warmer red from it. And then once you start getting so warm, then you move into that transparent pyro orange territory. Now I don't really have a cool green, although when we're talking cool green, I do like that color between the teal and the green gold. And then we get an okay blue. I'll say that would be the shortcoming of this set, is we don't have a real standard go-to blue, but I mean, shoot, just get that in a different set. All right, so I'm doing the hairless cat because that's how I be. And I chose this subject matter specifically because I wanted to show that you can take these really vivid colors, but you can actually walk them back and you can make them just more neutralized. You got to have a little bit more knowledge of color theory, but all of these bright colors can be made into kind of the supporting cast of colors. The one that, they don't get a whole lot of credit, but they're there and they're what make your painting nice. If we used all the scream in your face colors, our paintings would be obnoxious. So, yeah, you can still let those colors sing within the context of a flesh tone, which is still kind of a more neutralized color. So I chose to make the sweater the quinacridone gold because I love the range that's in it, and I actually ended up really loving the quin gold, and it's definitely going to be in my palette more often. And then you can see right now I was doing the really dark colored. I used dioxazine purple, and then I think I used the orange, and then maybe some teal. But we could get something that's pretty close to a black using this set as well. So you'll see that's just the same color. That's the quin gold, and you can see that it once you start like layering it up, it's almost like a whole different color. So it's like you're getting multiple colors in one tube of paint, which is really nice. So yeah. Okay, I wanted to make him look like he was on a bed. So yeah, did a little shading down there. And then I'm doing a flat wash for the background. So I'm wetting it down first. And then I will go in with the green gold. And I only did one layer on that green gold because I like it best when it's thinned out. And I got it down pretty evenly. That's what happens when you wet the paper first, something I forget. All right, and then I started working on the shadows in the cat sweater using quinacridone magenta, and it layered up to be this beautiful, rich kind of orangey color. So, you know, we're getting our depth in colors by adding layers of color. You know, you might be tempted to neutralize that yellow with a purple, but you could actually get something a little juicier by using that magenta. I will eventually go in and deepen those shadows with a little purple. So now I'm going in and I'm wetting down the surface that the cat's on so that I can get a nice flat wash of quinacridone magenta. Because I really, like, usually I do white backgrounds, but I really wanted this one to exemplify what you can do with this set. So I went ahead and went for the gold. This is actually my third attempt at this, and I kept doing these paintings where I was like, well, these are fine, but these don't look like the high chroma set happened. So I was like, all right, let's do this the brightest I can. So right here, I'm using the cobalt teal to do those lines, which is really cool because that color is has a little more opacity to it, so it'll show up on top of the colors you put down first. And I thought it gave a really cool effect.
Alright guys, so there it is. I hope you enjoyed seeing all the juicy colors that this set has to offer. Again, I'll say that this is a great addition to your beginner's palette. The thing that's missing from it is a ultramarine blue and a cool yellow. So chances are you would have something like that in whatever beginner set that you purchase, and then these colors are just a really fantastic addition to it. So if you want to see more product reviews and stuff about like my art process or anything like that, be sure to follow my channel. You can like and subscribe and all the things people tell you to do at the end of these videos. I've got links down below for my social media, and I'll see you next time.